Kwame Appiah joining us at the Seattle Softball Classic.
Seattle All-Star Classic.
Yeah, Ariel was involved in that, as you can see.
Sporting the jersey right there.
Listen, the guy's an athlete, man. He's a former professional soccer player as well, but that had to be fun having him out there. And Kwame, fortunate enough to join us here. You were on season 4 of Love is Blind, Kwame. We appreciate you coming on the show and making a little time for us today. Thanks.
For sure. No, glad to be here, and thank you for the invite.
All right. Love is Blind. It's kind of a reality experiment where you get engaged sight unseen, and clearly the experiment has some merit because you shared nearly 4 years of marriage with Chelsea Griffin. You two are still friends, and you just watched a World Cup game together, right?
Yeah, we just went to a World Cup game, which was incredible. Had an opportunity to go see a World Cup game in our own city, and so I knew that was definitely the person who had to go. The person who introduced me mostly to the Seattle sports scene. I actually, interestingly enough, was a Seattle sports fan before I moved here. I remember living in Portland and being a Seattle Reign fan, and people being like, "Why are you a Seattle Reign fan?" And there's a whole history to it, but ultimately, it was incredible to be at a World Cup game in our own city.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I mean, how was that experience just to see the world's biggest event right here in our city?
Oh, unbelievable. I mean, going to the World Cup is just, it's a dream for so many people. And I don't know if you saw on my social media as well, I had an opportunity on one of the games to take a stranger because I initially had a ticket. I offered it to a friend who wasn't available. So I thought to myself, like, what could I do for someone who maybe wouldn't have the capacity or ability to do this in other senses? So I put it out to my social media and I said, hey, I will take a stranger to the game. Either you ask me or you nominate someone. And I had a woman nominate her husband. She said he was really deserving of it. He was a great guy. And so I took a stranger to a game, and he was an awesome dude. And so we had a great time. He got to experience his first World Cup game. He's Costa Rican, so his team wasn't there this year. But, we got to talk all about it, and hopefully they'll be there next time.
That's incredible, though. I mean, like, how cool of an experience was that for the two of you to bond over soccer?
Oh, it was amazing. It's the beautiful game. It's the world's game. Everybody's so in love with it. And so just keeping that as a mutual standpoint where we could just talk about things, it felt like as soon as we met, we were already kind of friends. And then by the time the day had ended and we were saying our goodbyes, we felt like we had known each other for years. We shared some drinks, we shared some laughs, some celebrations. It was really, really amazing. And now, we occasionally text about the games.
Hey, listen, you have some soccer in your background, and I've read up on you and the journey that you took and kept that soccer career alive is really awesome. It was a worldwide journey, I should say. Let's talk about Seattle as a soccer city. Your thoughts on the Sounders?
I love the Sounders. I think the Sounders have a really good heritage. They have one of the best histories of any MLS teams. The Sounders are a winning team, and so I love having the Sounders in my backyard. I remember when Clint Dempsey first came here, I started watching the Sounders just because I was a big Clint Dempsey fan. And so I was watching the Sounders way back when I lived on the East Coast. And, I started to fall in love with the team little by little. And it got better and better and better. And so, it's incredible to see this team growing. Obviously, it seems like there's also really great talent that's being found at the Sounders because we just had, Obed Vargas just go over to Atletico Madrid, which is one of the biggest teams in the world. And so it's showing that the Sounders are a really quality team. They've got really quality talent. And obviously, we're in a really quality, amazing city. So all those elements come together.
Yeah, they're big on their homegrown players as well. You just never know who's going to come up in their system or who they're going to find out there. And I'm surprised they didn't find you on Sharktopus FC. I mean, tell me about your days with Sharktopus FC.
Oh, man, what a team, what a name. It's so funny. So just a little bit of a background of Love is Blind. When you're in the filming stages and it hasn't been released, you're not allowed to tell people, right? So people were finding out that I'm in Seattle. One of the guys I was filming with, Jimmy, who's the keeper for Sharktopus, we both had to keep it under wraps. And so I asked him, I said, hey, do you have a team that I could play on while I'm in Seattle for this filming? And I'll let you know, because since you don't know if you're going to say yes or no, there's all this buildup. when I first met Sharktopus, I told them, hey, I'm just here for work for a month, and I'll let you know if they extend my contract. And so leading up to that, it was just all ambiguity. But getting into the stage where we were gonna, we knew we were gonna say yes, it was amazing. And I finally told Leo, the captain, I said, hey, I'm gonna stick around. I think work's gonna happen for quite some time. So I was put on the team, and from then on, we've been great. We've been gelling. We've played in the U.S. Open Cup 3 times, which U.S. Open Cup, I don't know if y'all know about it. It's a national U.S. tournament, which is really amazing. It gives teams like Sharktopus at a high amateur level ability to play, Ballard FC or the Sounders if you go far enough. And we've gone pretty far in certain years, and so it's been really cool playing with those boys.
That's awesome. And I also see your Reign crest on your shirt. You're an analyst for the Reign. They just had a great home win over their rivals, Portland. First of all, I mean, I now know that you were pulling for the Reign over Portland, even though that was your old city. But talk about your experience covering them.
It's been really, really cool. One of my life goals, one of my dreams is to own a women's soccer team. I've just always had a passion for women's soccer. I tell a story about it. It all started when I started coaching kids, and, they were U9, so they were just getting into the game, but it just felt like the girls had this really amazing teamwork mentality, and they just wanted everybody to enjoy the game, even if they were winning or losing. So for some reason, it's always ignited this passion in me for women's sports and women's soccer. So getting into it, Keely, who was the director of communications over at the Sounders in Reign, we had some good conversations, and she said, hey, come, do a radio show with me one day. So I did one, and, went well. And then from there, she brought me on, and now I get to do sideline analysis. And I really love the game. Right? I'm really passionate about it. And so getting to be there on the sideline, watching the Reign, which are my favorite NWSL team, talking about it, being excited about it, and then going out and beating one of the best teams this year in the NWSL with a fantastic victory 2-0, and watching how well coached the team was. And Scotty, one of the coaches, is actually a good friend of mine. We play pickup together as well. So after the game, he comes over and just gives me a big hug. It was just excitement, and I'm so happy to be there, and the environment is just so amazing to be part of.
Yeah, just listening to you, I love the fact that you're a soccer fan, first of all, and the fact that you have this real passion for sports in this city. We've seen you at Seahawks training camp for the past few years. How cool is that experience to get up close and personal with those guys?
Oh, it's so cool, and it's such a blessing. And it's really, I think one of the funniest elements is realizing, just to sidebar this one, but how many of them are Love Is Blind fans? That is always one of the most.
They love Love Island too. You can ask them about any reality show, they are in it. They are locked into reality, and I'm here for it.
100%. When you have such an arduous, tasking job, both on your mental and physical, it's nice to just go back home and turn something on and just, turn the brain off. And I think that that's something that's really big for them. I remember the first time I met DK Metcalf, I was, kind of just hanging out. A fan gave me a phone to take a picture of him and DK, and DK was, hadn't been aware yet, but as soon as he picked his eyes up and made contact, he was like, "Oh my gosh, it's you!" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's you!" So it's one of those things. But yeah, I mean, the training camps are really fun. Seattle Seahawks training camp is one of the just coolest things I've gotten to be at, and just building a little bit of camaraderie with the team there, but also the legends always participate. They're always there. They're great. They've gotten really wound in making sure that all of the experience is really elevated. And so all the way from people who've retired to people who are playing now to rookies, you get a chance to commingle, to talk with, to interact with. And that's for all the fans. And so it makes you feel really part of the team. So I got to say, the training camps are one of the most fun things that I've gotten to do.
Yeah, little known fact, Paul Sylvie, actually big reality TV show guy. If you want to bend his ear on the Bravo sphere, he is here for it. And it's one of my favorite little known facts about him. But the Seahawks will be on a reality show of their own this year, Hard Knocks. Any advice for them?
Oh, man. Best advice I could give anybody going to reality TV, do the one take and don't let them tell you to do the take again. Yeah, no, it should be fun. It's always fun having the cameras on you. And I think the one thing that always happens is for the first, maybe a couple of days, maybe a week, you'll notice it. You'll see the cameras. You'll always realize that they're there. And then after that, it'll almost feel like it's part of your life. Like when the cameras aren't there, you almost be like, am I supposed to say anything? Am I supposed to talk? Am I supposed to live? So it becomes so naturally part of your life. But yeah, the advice is, for the first couple of days, it's okay. Like, I know you're aware of it. And then right after that, hey, like, they'll feel like they were never there.
Hey, listen, before we let you go, you probably can't even tell us what you're working on, because if you were on some show, you probably couldn't tell us anything about it because everything's a secret. But do you have anything else in the works for you personally?
Right now, I think just getting as woven into the women's soccer world as I possibly can right now. The Women's World Cup is next year in Brazil. I'm trying to get as much just like understanding and reps and do as much soccer stuff as I possibly can. I'm actually headed to Nashville tomorrow to hang out with the Nashville soccer team, their MLS team. And so, just as much of the soccer world as I possibly can. And that's the goal right now. I'm going to hang out with them for a few days. We're going to tour the stadium. I'm going to get as, immersed in another soccer team's world as I can. And I'm going to hope to do those as much as possible, just so I can get myself as wound into the league and the game as I can. That's the goal. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Lastly, you mentioned that the World Cup is next year for the women. 2031, U.S. has the bid for it. So Seattle, I know they are front and center trying to get another World Cup back here. How cool would that be to have the Women's World Cup back here in Seattle?
Oh, that would be so cool. Any event like that that's so global, so worldwide, having it in your backyard is just amazing. And obviously we've proved it. We proved that we can do it. We've proved that we can be amazing at it. And I think I didn't get to go to any other host cities. I'm hoping to end up at the final on Sunday, so we'll see. But I got to say, even if there was no bias attached, I got to say Seattle's probably the best host city. Like I said, even though I didn't get to go any others, I just feel like the energy here, like the connection to the city, being able to just leave the stadium and then go to every bar around and then just walk to your hotel has got to be one of the coolest things, where you don't get that kind of experience, in other places. So getting that opportunity, I'm sure, would be amazing for Seattle. And I think Seattle deserves it.
All right, real quick. England, Argentina, Spain, France. Final four. Who do you like to win it all?
Oh, my goodness. So if you look at my social media right now, I have a deep secret love for Jude Bellingham. So I hope that England wins that game. And then, I've just always loved my Frenchies. So I hope that they get far. There's a lot of African nations that have really fluent French speakers. And so a lot of my friends speak French. Therefore, they support France. They've lived in France at some points in their life. So maybe England, France getting there. And then from there, honestly, that would be a tough one to root for. I think it'd be nice for France to win. They're just a great team. They really are the best team. But you also don't want the best team to win. And also another, consolation aspect of it is most of my family lives in England. And I currently have a ticket to England. Like, it's just literally sitting there. I have a voucher that only goes to either England or Iceland with Alaska Airlines, funny enough. So I'm hoping that if one of the teams win, if it is England, I'm booking my flight right away. I'm out, and I'm going to go celebrate.
I am so jealous of that. Just to be in a pub with everyone while they're celebrating. That's bucket list stuff right there.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
All right, Kwame. Listen, man, first time on the show here, and I really appreciate getting the chance to meet you and chat with you. And I know Ariel and I just really enjoyed this visit. So thank you for coming on. I hope we can do it again soon.